the Americas was empty in 2026, and the rest of the world had to colonize or recolonize the American continent. So basically, what will happen is a certain snap erases all North American countries and all the memories of those countries, which means all the people of the country will be disappeared. All of the cities will disappear. All the buildings and evidence that humans ever lived in North and South America will disappear as well here. Animals would start to repopulate the continent and exist in millions of numbers as well here. Europe and China will catch wind of this empty continent as well. Europe doesn't want to colonize the North America because of guilt over colonization. However, China will step on the opportunity first to colonize this new continent. They will colonize the coast of California, calling it New China. New China will be formed. European Union will be afraid by this because if they let China control all of the American continent, they will lose in the future. They will lose potentially thousands of resources over the guilt over colonization. Also, China finds out that the land has no humans. Everyone in the American continent is completely gone. France and the English decide to colonize the American continent as well here to basically prevent China. The English will colonize around here, and the French will also do a similar colonization around old lands as well here. Yeah. Yeah, the English will colonize this land here. Also, they'll colonize these islands here as well here. Another country will colonize Newfoundland, and that is Germany. As well here, Germany did not really exist as a country back then, but they will colonize this island right here as well here and call it a day for now. Here, sensing this problem, India will also attempt to colonize the American continent because they want to spread their power into the American continent. So they will basically colonize a big portion of Mexico to basically take land to basically stop China from expanding too much. However, the Arabian countries will make on a deal to find more oil in the Americas. So the Arabian Alliance will create a new colony in the more warmer parts of the American continent. They will colonize this land here and call it New Arabia. New Arabia will be created as well here. Japan will also want to colonize the American continent, and they'll be the pink color, and they will colonize this land up here as well here. The problem is Japan has a declining population. However, because of the new land, a lot of Japanese families do move to this land, and actually the birth rate of the American Japanese area is significantly much higher than Japan because there's no people there anyways, as well. So, as well here, another country will want to colonize the Americas, and that will be Russia. Russia will not, however, colonize the traditional way. They'll colonize Alaska as well because they will see Alaska as an extension of Russia as well here. So what the Russian army will colonize this land here. Yeah, they will consider this they'll start splitting this area up into oblasts as well here, as that's basically what Russia does as well here. And of course the UN doesn't exist because it's based in North America as well here, and this is the colonization of Americas as well here. However, the big rival to the Arabian Alliance is Iran. Iran also wants a colony, and they will have a colony right here as well here. Yeah, and they will colonize this land over here as well here. So Iran will also colonize as well here. Yeah. And most of the big powers have effectively created colonies, essentially. However, a smaller power will start to colonize, and that is the Netherlands as well here. The Netherlands will colonize Puerto Rico, these islands here, as well here, and they will colonize these islands here. Also, all diaspora from that have origins in the Americas are also snapped out. So basically, there's no more ceremonies in Netherlands. Obviously, there's no more Hispanics in Spain because basically the snap caused everyone that has ever been born in the American continent to basically, for some reason, disappear, and everyone who currently living there to disappear because if there were people who didn't remember what America was, it would kind of ruin the whole point of this video. So yeah, yeah. However, other countries will start to colonize as well here. Countries that you would not expect. Pakistan, India's largest rival, will also have the idea to colonize land. Because they don't want to be beaten by India. So they will colonize right next to India, causing India to be very angry at Pakistan for colonizing this land next to them as well. Yeah. Also, Spain is the very last is also going to colonize as well here. But however, they do not remember the original colonization of America, so they're not going to really. Spain's going to colonize a lot of this area here, and they will colonize all of this land here. The British will expand, the United Kingdom will expand this little colony right here to include northern Quebec as well here. Also to include Massachusetts and parts of New York as well here. They're also colonizing this land, but this land is kind of a useless land anyways, as well here. The French will also expand their territories a little bit as well here, further inland. Germany will start to expand into the mainland United States as well here, basically creating a border with the British America as well here. China will also continue to expand in the United States as well here. However, they have a big obstacle, which is the Rocky Mountains. The same problem will be seen with Japan as well here. Japan will meet with Russia, but they don't really want to expand inward because of the mountains as well here. India will continue to colonize this portion of the United States as well here. Alongside Pakistan will colonize the Yucatan. Yeah. The Arabian Alliance will continue to colonize this land right here. And Iran will continue to colonize this land right here. However, South America is not really sought after. That is until another country decides to colonize South America as well here, and that is South Korea. South Korea sees that there's a lot of land down here, and they decide to just simply take it because no one wants it. Yeah, South Korea takes this land down here, and the Philippines also sees this as an opportunity to expand as well here. Yeah, the Philippines is not the strongest country in the world, but they, I think, are perfectly capable of taking a completely empty continent. So they will also expand as well here. The Philippines will also expand down here in the very southern tip of South America as well here, as there is a lot of fishing opportunities in that part of South America as well here. Indonesia will also expand as well here. Here. They will also see the potential in South America and want to expand into South America as well here. Here. Indonesia will expand into what is modern day Brazil as well. So they will expand into modern day Brazil. Also, I think I'll make France a darker shade of blue to differentiate from Indonesia. Obviously here. But yeah, Indonesia will expand into what would be modern day Brazil as well here. Here. One continent hasn't really taken really much part in colonization because What would that? I don't think Africa would do that, basically, as well here. But one country will do that. Will do a little bit of colonization. That is Nigeria. There will be this brightest pink color, and they will colonize this island right here. That's basically what they do, as well here. Italy has not colonized either, and they will colonize Florida. Yep, they'll colonize Florida. Yep, they will colonize Florida. Also, Portugal has not colonized it, and I know they were big players, so we'll include them as well here. Portugal will colonize this land right here. They were originally one of the big colonizers of the United States of Brazil, not the United States of Brazil. Also, another country that hasn't really colonized yet is Turkey. Turkey will also colonize, and they don't really have much well to colonize. They'll colonize this worthless area, this desert. Where it's Turkey is very used to desert, so they are very used to desert as well here. Here. And yeah, there we go about this video. What if the Americas were colonized once again as well here by modern powers? If people want to see a part 2, well, guess what? Request on the part 2. Maybe we'll get more colonizers as well here, and maybe we might see what a potential war with these colonies will look like in a part 3. Goodbye.